Capricorn, Capricorn rising, and of course all of you Capricorn moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting February 17th, 2020. And if you would ever like to, of course, get a session with me, you just need to go to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also just simply follow the links below. So what is going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, on Thursday, we've actually got Jupiter, the planet of wealth, expansion, good fortune, good luck, as well as knowledge, in your sign, forming a gorgeous sextile aspect to Pisces, the planet of illusions, but also fantasies, sometimes wish fulfillment, dreams, and creative inspiration and revelation, and your spirituality in Pisces itself, your third house of communications, pacts, promises, and commitments. And when we have Jupiter sextile to Pisces, we see an opportunity for us to actually get with people with the same dream, the same goal, the same endgame plan as we have. In a big way, this could show up through a peer group or maybe some kind of social network or maybe even friendship connection that suddenly evolves around a common mission or a common goal. It could actually even show, itself to be profitable now and in the future, because Jupiter does like to bring a bit of a reward to everything, a bit of an incentive to go on these kinds of quests. This could absolutely also attract a new group of friends, a new social support system your way. A lot of you Capricorn people may be finding yourself in a position to meet some really cool, highly capable collaborators, very inspired workers, people who maybe even work in the same field as you, or perhaps people that are just ultimately capable of doing the hard labor when it comes to getting things done. But we also see this applying to a personal, creative, or spiritual goal that you have, which is, of course, most importantly, something that you share with all of them. If you hear my cat Persephone meowing, she has a toy, and she's one of those cats that carries them around and meows and talks to it. Now, moving on to Friday, we actually have Mars, planet of action, passion, and energy, in that same first house of yours, your sign Capricorn, forming a gorgeous trine to Uranus in your fifth house of love, romance, and the relationships you have with your children. And with Mars trine to Uranus, there's an opportunity for you Capricorn people to have sort of a huge breakthrough when it comes to maybe a shift in how an existing relationship with a partner or a child is helping them break out of their shell, transform into somebody completely different. It's almost like we're helping them rebel and revolutionize their way of conducting themselves in other areas of their life in addition to the relationship that we have with them. This could absolutely apply to new people as well for those of you who are available and looking. This might actually prove to be a very interesting twist, though, because you're catching them just as they are trying on a new self that's a better fit than their old self. So, let's move on to what's going on with the cards. But first, I want to let everyone know I will be actually putting up a very special video about oversouls here very, very soon, within the next 24 hours of this video going up. And I want everyone to be able to see it, because we're going to be talking about oversouls, oversoul groups, which of course leads into soul family and karmic relationships, but also soulmates and twin flames. And this is not going to be bite-sized. This is definitely going to be a dense overview. But as we go into the 2020s, oversoul movements are huge. It's a big theme of this year. So I want everyone to kind of get up to speed on that and get away from, or at least do my part to help change things from the, commercial 20 teens twin flame idea and really talk about what's really going on here. So I hope you come back for that. I'll be putting it up on the main channel page under the Deep Talks playlist, or you can always just follow the links below. So, what's going on when it comes to your cards for this coming week? Well, on the spiritual theme front, we have the Death card in reverse, and it does look like there is going to be sort of a death of the undying, an alteration to what is going on that seems to be on the verge of coming back for a replay, a loop or a cycle. that's about to come back around. But with the Death card reversed, I do see a lot of you Capricorn people being able to nip it in the bud. Again, we've wisened up, we're seeing where things are going, we notice when something's about to go on repeat or start up again. But the Death card reverse is kind of an interesting one this week, because for the influx card, we actually have the Nine of Swords upright. So there's going to be an air of a lot of guilt or a guilty conscience for you this week, Capricorn. And sometimes that happens when we are dispelling illusions, when we are clearing, dissolving, or maybe even breaking patterns and cycles that other people feel they need to maintain in order to feel safe and secure. And with the Death card reversed and the Nine of Swords upright, in a lot of cases you are doing what's best for all concerned by ending things that do not need to be repeated one more time. But at the same time, just be prepared. Sometimes these loops, sometimes these cycles and these illusions are what people hold themselves in order to feel like they can function. And if you're doing this to protect yourself, your family, or your friends, it may not necessarily feel like that to other people this week, because they might not know that's absolutely what's necessary or in the highest interest of all concerned. They might take it more personally, or they may be well aware of what's going on and they're 100% aware of what it's doing to other people, but they don't know of any other way to be. So you're going to have to be able to do what's, again, in the highest interest of all concerned, in spite of potentially being the bad guy this week. When it comes to the outflux, what's going away, we have the Nine of Wands upright, and the Nine of Wands is indicating there are some boundaries being bypassed this week. With the outflux of the Nine of Wands, your protections, what you put up to stabilize and protect yourself, what you put up to keep yourself clean and clear and safe, is no longer providing that anymore. And the reason being, with the Nine of Wands upright going away, is that that compromise is coming with the form of permission or agreement. It's kind of like Buffy. You can perform the uninvite spell all you want, but if somebody is there inviting the vampire into the house, well, the vampire can get back into the house. And that syncs up very nicely, though inconveniently, with what we've been talking about this whole time. Paying attention to where maybe there is a hole in our fence, or perhaps maybe somebody who doesn't know any better, or where we ourselves may actually be making agreements, making concessions we don't know, are actually putting holes in our boundaries. So, what's going on down here with the mundane at the bottom here? Well, for your material concerns, we actually have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse is talking about something that needs to be turned around or stopped before it becomes a loss. Now, this could absolutely be us putting the brakes on some kind of expenditure, or maybe the brakes on some kind of big project or big to-do as it relates to a financial or professional matter, and with good cause, because I am seeing you catching this just in time. Luckily, that Death card reversed, as inconvenient as it is showing that you're catching it just in time and preventing something from happening. Should you use your free will, of course. You have to use your free will when it comes to your cards and your astrology, guys. But with the Page of Pentacles reversed, we have a chance to catch something. For those of you who are just curious about professional concerns, the Page of Pentacles reversed is showing where something is not going to ever bear fruit. And we do have a chance to, of course, redirect our energies, our resources, and our time in another direction. Be careful of anyone who's trying to get you to stay on a sinking ship, hoping that if enough people showed up, we can plug the leak. It's not going to happen, all right? Moving on to the external, when it comes to friends, relatives, and maybe the other people in your life, we actually have the Two of Cups upright. Beautiful card when it comes to friendship. It does look like a lot of you Capricorn people are finding your people. this week, or at least a few specimens of your people. And with the Two of Cups, I am seeing almost an immediate sense of a kindred spirit in a platonic relationship, in a platonic connection, no less. I don't feel romance from this particular card. I feel somebody that is sort of that brother-sister from another mother kind of energy, but it goes even deeper than that. With the Two of Cups upright, this is ultimately a wonderful gift because this is somebody who has the other half of, I guess you could say, a quest item or a missing piece that you need to complete a journey that you're both on. So keep an open mind and stay available. For those of you who are curious, yes, there is love. Okay, let's move on to love here. For relationships, we have the Sun card in reverse, and this week is all about your relationships kind of shedding a lot of what they have accumulated over the span of time that we've been together, or maybe shedding what we've accumulated from past relationships. Whether it's you or your partner, a lot of people are doing a lot of personal cleansing and cleaning, sometimes literally if you're spiritual, but the Sun card reverse is showing up here where we're kind of restoring a sense of purity or restoring a sense of innocence to an existing relationship. There is sort of a new beginning coming here. Because with the Sun card reversed, ultimately what's going on is a lot of you are having this perfect opportunity to play with a clean slate and to give yourselves a relationship that really indulges more of your childlike sensibilities and your partners. For those of you who are currently available and looking, well, with this Sun card reversed, absolutely a new me in the form of a new partner, in a sense, could absolutely match with that Mars trine to Uranus, right? Talk about shedding and clearing, somebody trying on a new version of themselves, trying to get back to a point of themselves before a lot of emotional and dramatic debris accumulated, which is what we should do often. Well, they're actually ready for something a bit more wholesome and organic to start. And somebody new may actually be at the very beginning stages, but ready and raring to go. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And if you ever wish to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com.